This facility is an abandoned coal factory, which we repurposed into a Bitcoin mining center that draws clean power from the Niagara River.
Bit Digital is one of the world's largest Bitcoin mining companies that says they are committed to sustainability in an industry that has been criticized for its reliance on cheap power and fossil fuels.
The Bitcoin mining computers running in this facility are powered almost entirely by hydroelectric clean power.
A Bitcoin mining rig doesn't pull anything out of the ground. Instead, it is usually made up of thousands of computers specially built to run the complex calculations that maintain the cryptocurrency's network. The Bitcoin algorithm demands increasing amounts of computational power to validate transactions. If it were a country, its annual estimated carbon footprint would be comparable to New Zealand.
The reason it's important to be sustainable in this space is because Bitcoin mining is a very energy-intensive industry. And we believe we're quickly approaching a point in time where it will no longer be acceptable for a publicly traded miner to operate on fossil fuels.
And Bitcoin's power consumption this year will likely be a whopping 91 terawatt hours, roughly equivalent to Pakistan's, according to Bloomberg NEF. But not everyone believes that Bitcoin mining has a significant environmental impact.
I personally believe that the arguments against Bitcoin miners with respect to the environment is somewhat disingenuous, because if you look at the existing financial system, the banks, the ATMs, the trees that need to be cut down for paper dollars and so on, that requires a massive carbon footprint. And that's much larger than the footprint that's caused by Bitcoin mining.
In May, China imposed a ban on all crypto transactions due to its ties to fraud, money laundering, and excessive energy usage. Up until then, almost 2/3 of Bitcoin mining took place in China, where a severe power crisis is affecting the production of commodities like aluminum and steel. The ban has forced miners to leave behind China's cheap coal-powered electricity and has created a global rush to find new sources of inexpensive, reliable power. That's why Bit Digital opened their new facility in Buffalo, New York, right by the Niagara Falls.
People know Niagara Falls is one of the great wonders of the world, and that water has been harnessed to generate an enormous amount of electricity that powers this region. This region used to be an industrial powerhouse. 100 years ago, this was one of the most important industrial cities in America. And one of the reasons industry flocked here is because of the plentiful power. In the early 1900s, Buffalo was actually called the City of Light because there was so much abundant electricity here generated from the Niagara River.
Investors are still concerned about the sustainability of Bitcoin mining.
There's a huge ESG movement happening with respect to investing in companies. ESG meaning environmental, social, and governmental. And that's why we're very motivated financially to find clean sources of power so we can attract these kinds of investors.
Bit Digital has already mined 3,000 Bitcoin.
And we want to be a model to other Bitcoin miners on how to profit with respect to Bitcoin mining, but at the same time not cause damage to the earth.